We believe that YouTube actually has an outsized place to play in a country like India around learning. Now, we've launched our YouTube learning destinations in a few countries in Asia. We've done that in Korea, we've done that in Japan, and of course, one of the biggest ambitious ones we've done is in India. Now, what we're doing here is that, we have, as I said, close to 265 million students in this country. Virtually all of them are today unable to go out to their schools. And so what we've done is we've curated an enormous amount of content that already exists on the platform. And we've then kind of encouraged a whole bunch of teachers, educators, and edtech companies to engage with this platform because we offer an extraordinary amount of reach. And then that then is channelized through a central discovery location, which is the YouTube learning destination. We launched this. We launched this in India in this form, the form of a learning destination, actually a few weeks back, and we're already seeing enormous velocity in usage for the YouTube learning destination. Let's actually move to the next slide, please. Now, if you see the evolution of our learning content story, really is beautifully illustrated here. Back 5 years back, virtually all of our learning content used to be in English. About 3 years back, it became English and Hindi. And today, as we speak, learning is represented by probably about 10 to 12 languages very, very well. And all of those languages outside of Hindi are clearly the South Indian languages, Bengali, Punjabi, Marathi being the gist of it. And that's actually where we are seeing a huge surge in usage, which is now happening from places outside of Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And today, if you think of it, if you take all of YouTube's consumption, over 90% of our consumption actually happens in a language outside of English. There's only a single digit consumption of YouTube, which is in English. And then that's actually testimony to the fact that, the user exists in several corners of the country, and the content that we actually offer is serving that need that represents the consumer need that is spread across this whole country. All right, let's move to the next slide now, please. Now, what I want to do in the next couple of minutes is just tell you about the breadth of all of the learning work we're doing. Now, we have, in India today, we have one learning channel that has over 10 million subscribers. Now, even till 2 years back, only the biggest movie, music, or TV networks would have that kind of subscriber base. Today, we have a learning channel called Wi-Fi Study that has 11.2 million subscribers on YouTube today. And a whole lot of them are actually beginning to use what we have, which is called a membership feature that allows people to get, tuition classes, allows people to get language classes, allows people to get yoga classes. There are some people who are getting stock trading tips through their membership service. And those are beginning to become very material to their overall revenue pie by virtue of functionality that YouTube today provides. Let's move to the next slide, please. Now, here's a couple of examples of how people are using this. There are very four popular formats that exist on YouTube when it comes to content in the learning space. One is the classic hosted content. Assume you've got a teacher standing in front of you and teaching you. That's exactly what we call in the bottom right quadrant called the classroom format. We have a very interesting format called the dramatized format, where there is actually educative stories being told in a very fun manner. And we're seeing content consumption of that space growing quite significantly. And then the two others being, animated and really hosted kind of content, which I think it's all coming from the idea of let's make the entire experience of learning a lot more fun. Please move to the next slide, please. Now, the two other things that you will see here is a extraordinary spike in the use of live functionality for teaching. Now, I think that also coincides with what is going on with the world right now. More and more teachers are coming in to our platform, coming in to use the functionality of YouTube and saying, how do I actually simulate a near live experience, a near classroom experience, and actually ensure that I can actually deal with my class of 20, 30 children and then serve them with exactly what I used to do from a closed classroom. And the second thing is live counseling. In some countries, in some places, we would, in the days when I was young in India, these were called tuition classes. And this is exactly what's now going on again with live functionality, where a teacher and a student are able to engage directly and with the norms of social distancing completely met. Let's move to the next slide, please. And finally, within the learning spectrum, uh, YouTube is actually beginning to become a place where people are actually conducting live tests using some of the functionality on Google.com and the Google Drive Forms functionality that allows people to get a test done on video through YouTube and then all the writing and the reporting back to the rest of the functionality. So let's move to the next slide, and I want to leave you with this. About 15 months back, Susan, my CEO, who runs all of YouTube globally, actually announced a 150 crore learning fund. Several YouTube creators from India have actually been a beneficiary of this, and we now have over 98 playlists from 48 different creators around the world who actually use YouTube as the primary platform to serve their users and then actually offer them learning content, part of which has been stimulated by some of this fund, some of the fund that we put out to help people come in, and it's almost like a seed fund to get this category of content to actually get going.